Chapter 10 Sylvester Consequences. It was just a normal day in autumn. Or it was, until his personal knight and shadow received a most disturbing ordinance from one of his underlings in the Night Order. It was a shame, too, as they had just made themselves comfortable in his office.
Lord Carstead, this is Alfred. I humbly request your immediate presence. Lord Noonfield and myself just responded to a rot to discover the site of a successful assassination of a priest and a tax collector. We also sent word to the Night Order for immediate reinforcements. Please make your way to the border between the provinces of Dalhof and Joysentak at once.
The message repeated itself 2 more times. He had a bad premonition about this. His trusted knight sent him a questioning glance, to which he nodded and sent his confirmation.
Alfred, this is Carstead. Secure the premises, I am on my way.
After sending his reply, Carstead sent a look in his direction again.
Do you want to come, or shall I depart alone, Sylvester?
No, I will come. I have a bad feeling about this. Hastily departing, they left the building and summoned their high beasts, making their way to the mentioned border, the bad feeling in his stomach growing all the while. It took them some time, but they finally spied a lone high beast hovering in the air in the distance. Upon landing directly below it, they laid their eyes on what he could only describe as a massacre. 2 knights were questioning a group of commoners, including Grey priests, standing next to a carriage, but that was not what drew his attention. That's a freaking body without a head. He let his eyes wander towards the other carriage behind the corpse. What he saw inside made him gasp loudly.
It seems someone finally got enough of your uncle's actions and decided to take matters into their own hands.
Carstead! His knight simply shrugged.
Do you truly expect me to show pity here?
No, I don't, but he was still my uncle. What do you take from all this? Carstead began walking around, leaving him alone as he tried to ease his revolting stomach. This was a disaster. He could already envision how his mother would react. It was not a pretty thought. His stomach twisted in protest even more.
From what I can see at first glance, the attacker was at least a trained mid-noble knight, probably higher.
Sylvester focused his attention back at Carstead.
At least a mid-noble. Why? The scale of destruction is only possible with enhancement magic. While lane knights are capable of that, I doubt it will be to this level. Plus, they overwhelmed Chikikoza fairly quickly. That is the name of the headless knight, before you ask. He practically had only 2 wounds. One to his left leg, and the other one is his decapitation. Whoever did this has experience in combating human foes, so the younger members of the Night Order are out, or at least highly unlikely. Additionally, except for their supposed target, only those who were in the way or inconvenienced the assailant were dealt with lethally. All the servants are fine. If I didn't know any better, I would say my father rampaged here.
He paled. Of course Bonifacius was not involved, but the thought of another person capable of his level of distraction was chilling. Still, he stilled himself and assumed his best Aub persona. I see. Carstead, I demand this whole incident to be thoroughly investigated. As soon as he finished giving his command, Carstead knelt before him. As you command, Aub Ernfest. Mounting his high beast again, he swiftly returned to the castle, leaving Carstead to lead the investigation. Upon his return to his office, he ordered his retainers to clear the room. He waited until they departed to send an ordinance to his brother. Ferdinand, this is Sylvester. I don't care what you are doing at the moment. Come to my office in the castle, now. After sending the message, he walked to his cabinet to get his vise and 2 cups. He needed a drink after all this and the discussion to come.
It took half a bell until his brother finally arrived. The frown on his face had epic proportions. He simply pointed to the seat opposite from him, activating a sound-blocking magic tool at the same time. His brother's frown only deepened. Taking the offered seat, he began eyeing the offered cup of ice questioningly. Sylvester, what was the reason for your summons? It interrupted the harvest festival ceremony I was executing. He took another swing before answering. We just discovered that one of the carriages of the harvest festival was attacked. My uncle Bezavans climbed the towering stairway. For his brother to raise his eyebrow was the equivalent of a surprised shout. His face darkened soon after, and he began to tap his temple. Your mother will be furious. Were the assailants caught? No, there is no trace of them. Karstead is on the scene for the night order to start its investigations immediately. He slumped in his seat, releasing a tired sigh. What did he do to deserve this? Well, that was for later. First, he had to ask the question, no matter how much he did not want to. You did not do it, right? Of course not, fool. I am not that foolish. He seemed kind of insulted now. Oh boy. He raised his hands in a placating gesture. Hey, I know you're not, but I had to ask. He seemed to accept his apology before giving his rebuke. You know Veronica will blame me or Liza Gang anyway, right? And wasn't that the truth? His mother would become ballistic as soon as word got out. He could already envision her storming into his office, demanding retribution. Great. Now he had a headache too. How nice. He took another swing. Your retainers. Justus was with me and had multiple people around us at the time. My guess is Eckhart was at the Knight's barracks like always, and Lasfam would never even attempt something like this. I do not worry about an alibi. She would disregard it regardless. Well, that was good enough for him. You cannot be part of the investigation. Mother would never allow it. It took Ferdinand a while until he nodded his acceptance, but now there were other things to deal with. Seeing as my uncle cannot finish his route, please take his part. You are the only member of the temple who has a high beast. Also, I know how this will look, but I am installing you as the new high bishop effective immediately. Someone needs to take over your role as a high priest. Is there anyone on your mind, or must we find a replacement to join the temple? Ferdinand looked away from him, tapping his temple even harder now. What was up with that? And did he just grimace? Well, there is, but... Oh, come on, you cannot leave me hanging after a declaration like that. It would be highly unorthodox and probably inappropriate. This was the first time he saw his unshakable brother be this unsure about anything. Today was truly abnormal. So, out with it. Who is it? There is a shrine maiden who I am mentoring currently. She is highly capable in the administrative and leadership parts required. She is also the only archnoble left in the temple at this point, so that could be used as an excuse too. Her family may be part of Veronica's faction, but that is practically irrelevant in the temple with me as High Bishop now. It's just... What? His brother was mentoring someone? And he was complimenting her too. A member of his mother's faction? Was the world ending? So, what is the problem? She is currently 6. He blinked. Surely he heard that wrong. Come again?
I said she is currently 6. She will be 7 this summer. He did not even know where to begin with all of this. You mean to say a 6-year-old girl is capable enough not only to endure your lessons, but she impressed you so much you are praising her? His brother sent him a dark look for this, but it was still worth it for the reaction alone. He could not help himself but smile. Very well, I do not care at this point. If you think she is capable, then that is enough for me. She will take your old role effective immediately too. Seeing that she is a minor, I will make it Alb's order. Very well. Why was he feeling he would regret his decision? Nah, it was probably just his stomach acting up again. How bad could it be?